to my channel. My name is Shamika and this is Check the Rhymes. I am super excited that you're here and you already know the drill. And don't forget that if you're looking for masks, Meet got merch. Don't forget merch. So you can get a mask, you can get mugs, you can get t-shirts, pillows, you name it, I got it. T-shirts, hoodies, even I have hoodies for your pets. And you know I don't do dogs, but I have it all. So make sure you check out that link down below and don't forget that promo code that's down there because some of you have been ordering stuff, but you forget the promo code. Don't you like discounts? I do. Anyway, joining me today, I'm super hyped because number one, he's funny. Number two, he's fine. Number three, those green eyes. Look, y'all. Okay. You're like, who are you talking about? Mr. DeRay Davis. He is joining me today. We're going to talk about what he's been up to during the pandemic, what he's got coming up soon, and of course, we're going to laugh a lot. So make sure you stay tuned. You don't want to miss today's show. Joining me today, I have the legendary DeRay Davis. Welcome to Check the Rhymes.
Hey, what's up, girl? The legendary, thank you.
Yes.
You can't say stuff like that in interviews and then I leave here thinking I'm legendary and I walk outside and then somebody makes me feel unlegendary.
Don't listen to them. All that matters is what I say.
Yeah, I like clarity. Strong black woman. I love it. Tell me about me. Tell me.
You know, we got to uplift our black men. And
Thanks,
plus,
I need it.
yes.
I need it.
So with this pandemic, you know, I was all hyped because, you know, you were coming to Charlotte on the Martin Lawrence tour. And the next thing I know, like 2 days later, it was canceled. And I was like, wait a minute. So tell me about life since then. Obviously, we're all dealing with the same stuff, but what about for you?
Well, I was just as thrown because I was excited because, for one, Martin taking me on tour for the second leg of his tour. He took me last year and he's taking me back out. And it was right when Bad Boys for Life hit. And I was like, oh, we about to do numbers. This is going to be crazy.
Yeah.
And the sales shot up and it had just hit, I think, DVD. It had just hit, like, yeah, Apple and all that stuff and DVD and on demand and ticket sales. And then, boom, out of nowhere, it was almost like as though we were bombed. We were like bombed with, you know, sit down, almost like the world got put on punishment. So in the beginning days, of course, I'm comfortable because I've always been confident that I'm going to be all right, regardless of the fact. I know that we all believe in a higher being to whatever extent. Some people don't, but right. I knew that God got me in the black sense. I'm like, God got me. I'm good. He didn't bring me this far to drop me off here, all that.
Amen.
And then after a couple months, I was like, did he drop us off? I was like, did he forget to pick us back up? Like, are we stuck at the babysitter's house? So that had a lot to do with it. But I wasn't, as my family and everybody will tell you, I never panic. If I do it so inside, I internalize a lot. I never really panic. I never feel like I'm not going to have this. I never feel like I'm going to be asleep on the street, which lowers sometimes my compassion for people who are doing it. Although I'm often told I need to be more understanding of different people's values or different people's situations. But for the most part, I'm like, I'm not going to be on the street. So I didn't take the Michael Blackson route and start showing my butt on my Instagram.
And we appreciate that.
he started twerking and everything. So, but what I did do is, like I said, I just internalized it and realized that as much as I tell people to be prepared for everything, that I wasn't, and none of us were. So it's just something else that I think another thing we've went through or I've gone through and we've all felt that now we'll put in place something that this could happen. You know, like your mom used to say, don't go outside, you're going to catch a cold. That's from somebody going outside, catching a cold. So now it's, hey, don't leave, you know, remember your mask. Or now it's, you better put some money up. A pandemic can come. And it didn't used to be that. So I just logged it into the mama logs, you know, put it into one of those things that it can happen, you know.
Yeah.
Murphy's Law, all that can, you know, and will go wrong. You know, I forgot the exact word, so you know what I mean.
I got you. It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's crazy how everybody was affected in some form or fashion, you know, whether it is in the entertainment industry, me as a writer, like all my little freelance hustles dried up, and I was like, what do I do now? You know, and then like other people lost their jobs, and it's just been crazy, like insane. So with that being said, I think I saw that you're going to get back out here, but you're going to do a social distancing show.
Yeah, it's important for me to, for me mentally, one, although, you know, I beyond love Coco. I beyond love spending time with her. She probably sick of my ass, but sick of my eggs all day, make eggs all day. But and being home, as much as I love my alone time, and I prayed to God, may I please have a break. I think we all were praying, could we have a break? Man, I work so much. And then God was like, here go your break. You're broken.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be off this. I don't want to be off this long, you know. But I think it's important for me, strength-wise. I always say to stay working, and one of the reasons I place myself, and I don't know what people's true opinion of my comedy is, in one of the hierarchies, is that I'm constantly on stage. I'm consistently working. I'm consistently bringing new ideas to the stage and trying to be as original as possible. I'm not going to see something someone else posts and that makes me do a joke like it. I'm not going to see another skit like a lot of people do in comics and commas, I call them. They're commas. They're trying to be a comic. Stop in the middle of the sentence. But a lot of those people are not reinventing themselves, but rather just remixing things they've seen. So I wanted to definitely hit the streets again. And everyone's going to talk about COVID. Like you've seen Cat Williams dropped his about the Black Lives Matter, which is very important. And Dave Chappelle dropped his. So it's important that while these comedic kings are dropping, and I mean culture kings, not like just to me that I worship them. I love that their arts are different, Cat and Chappelle and who I place in my mind on that level. While that's happening, I need to be out there too, dropping my little mixtapes of my opinions so it doesn't get mixed up in their opinions. Because sometimes one person in the front of the group opinion can become the opinion of all. And I think strategy-wise, comedically, that's just how I do it. I need that space. I need to live in between the spaces of those people because I've not reached that plateau. Although people around me like, oh, you know how funny I know what all I put out. I know what I bring to the stage. I know what I do. But as far as that step, that Kevin Hart step, that just next, that D.L. Hughley step, that Bernie Mac, Steve Harvey step, that the world goes, oh, that is DeRay instead of that dude. I need to be out intertwining. I need to be out getting my pasta in the lasagna while it's being cooked.
Right. Because you're legendary. Remember?
Because I'm legendary. So I'm legendary. And I
need you to get a T-shirt that says that. I'm legendary.
Yeah, legendary. She said I was legendary. Legendary rhymes.
Exactly.
Like, what? That sounds dope, actually.
Don't it? Speaking of, you know, I do have a store. So if you do need a mask, check the rhymes.
Oh, check rhymes. All right. I like that. Nice colors too.
Right? Had to throw the plug in.
I like
there.
Bright colors. Make people really leave you alone. It's like, you don't see how bright this is.
Right.
Like, I took time out to put this on to not be close. This is fashion.
Exactly. Exactly.
And it matches your mic behind you too.
It does. And you know, I got a whole bunch of little goodies too. I got a whole pink mug. Like I got all kind of stuff.
You're supposed to have your stuff. Buy your stuff.
Right. Spending all my money on my stuff.
And people should buy your stuff. If that glass is the same as the expensive china, the same, made the same, and the water gonna taste better when you sip and it got your name on it. I love that. Right? I got so much DeRay stuff. DeRay stuff is everywhere. So
I see it.
Darth Vader, who, because my father wasn't around a lot, I when he told Luke he was his father, I said I must be his son too. I'm a big Star Wars dude because I love that. Although I'm not gonna say I've never said white people do this, black people do this. This race does race. I've always looked at the Star Wars like there's no real race in that. Because you'll see,
it really isn't though.
You'll see a guy with dating a green person, or you'll see, and I always thought that was pretty cool that no one called anybody ugly unless they were joking on Star Wars, and it was a blatant joke. Like a weird looking alien would call Han Solo ugly, and we at home were like, oh, like, but it was never taken like
right.
On there. So I love that about it. But I keep the DeRay stuff going, man. I was one of the first comics, even on Comic View, that had my name on a leather jersey across. I wanted people to know. I kept my name everywhere. Before people knew who I was, I would put out like hundreds of thousands of flyers that said DeRay is funny. To the point where I put out so many flyers when I was promoting my comedy club, to the point that I told somebody in a restaurant once, I remember, that I was a comedian, and he said, "You should perform at Riddles." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's a comedy club. My boy DeRay run it." He said that to me.
You like, really, sir?
That's all I see. He's like, "He real cool, man. He'll put you up." It's pretty funny. But yeah, but I think you should like always have your own merchandise, and it's important. I mean, we did it when we were little, but it wasn't. I mean, even if it wasn't our stuff, your mom writes your name in the back of your shirt. You saw your name on stuff.
Right.
You know
exactly.
I had a lot of brothers and sisters, so I kept my name on shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I still write, even though nobody else is here but me. I still write my name on even my food.
Everything. I have the little tables that the little what are they, dinner tables? The little bitty,
the little serving trays.
Yeah, and I write my name on that. I write my name on my TV once, and my girl, she's like, "Why are you writing on TV?" I'm like, "Cause it's gonna be worth money one day, and people notice my TV." Like, if somebody would steal it and I cast the crooks, I'm like, "Check the back. My name written in marker." All my suitcases is written all over the side. It's my signatures. I don't know, but it makes you feel good. So it's a mind complex, but at the same time, you don't mind sharing it. You don't mind somebody drinking out your mug with your name on it. You like, I'm serving you.
Exactly.
Like, welcome to the queendom, right?
Exactly. My mom she just had for her shirt today, and because I got t-shirts, and poor thing, she didn't know how to take a selfie. So all I saw was like this much. But I was like, it's okay. I saw the rhymes.
I know what you mean, right? I know.
Right. So when I come to your comedy show with the social distancing, how will it be like set up? Will it just be like people, like how are you letting a certain amount of people buy tickets?
They are. They sent me per city. They're sending, the zoning is different. Dallas pretty much was almost open, but right when the cases hit again, first it was, it was getting real big, but right when the cases hit again, they all got retracted again, and a lot of they all got rethought out. But they're pretty socially distanced to a point, but we don't know a lot about the disease or the virus. We know what we think we know, but in reality, masks, it seems important. So we have masks there, but distance in which it spews, or which it can be, someone's laughing like they cough, it's going to travel just as far. So I didn't understand that. And they say, keep your mask on unless you're eating. So it's like, in the worst way, it's like having relations with someone and then deciding after using protection twice, I don't need protection, and then putting the protection back on. Right. Time. It's like, it really doesn't matter. So we don't know. But the way it's set up is the tables, they might skip a table. I mean, it's the same as when you see on the ground everywhere you go now. It's the 6 feet. They're assuming that that's enough space to keep it safe.
Right.
And, some places have the screens up, which are pretty cool, but that still doesn't stop it if it's in the air.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be out, and it feels like, I like that people are caring about being clean. And it's weird that people weren't at first, because I've always had sanitary wipes. I've always had sanitary wipes. I've been not. I've always had, I guess that's what it is. I've always been like sanitizing lotion and oil. I've always kept that around me.
Yeah.
I've never not flown with that. I've never not wiped my seats off. I've never not went to the bathroom publicly. And if I make a mess, don't wipe it off. People think I'm in the bathroom boo-booing long. I'm in there cleaning. I go to the bathroom. I have to go to the bathroom so bad, but I'll be in that bathroom cleaning for about a good 10 minutes. I take the wipes and I do the floor with my foot all around that area. I do. The flushing thing, the little stuff that when I go to my hotel rooms, I have alcohol wipes. I wipe the door down. I'm not like OCD type, but I know it's dirty because I know it's dirty in my house. Yeah. You come up here right now, I haven't cleaned in like a week and a half, like certain things, dust bills or dirt bills. And I just think everywhere we are, if we keep it like that, the shows, they're feeling better, it's smelling fresher in the room.
Right.
If you got a black mama, and I'm not disrespecting the other people, the others out there, but you got a black mama, the smell of bleach on a Saturday is real.
Exactly.
Han Sol and Anita Baker in the air is real. Like, Whitney Houston in the air and some Windex is you got high.
Right.
You be mopping and you be high because you got to clean up. And that's what it should feel like all the time. This shouldn't be new with the spraying, but whatever que sera, whatever got them doing it, whatever makes somebody do something for the good, I'm happy with it. When it's, whatever inspired you other than violence, I'm with it. So I'm okay. Like, I mean, they're trying to set it up as best they can. And the fact I'm going, that's my acceptance. I can't talk smack and I'm in there taking the people's money. I'm not doing meet and greets though. And I'm hoping people understand.
Yeah.
I've been a lot socially distant anyway in a few years because I've added so many shows.
Mm-hmm.
Before, when I did 6 shows, I'll stop between the shows and go shake everyone's hand, hug, thank you for coming. But doing 10 shows or 4 shows in a day, I'm my feet hurt.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm not
here. I don't think you did one. I just decided I was gonna come meet and greet you.
Oh no, I didn't do one. I didn't do one there, but even there I used to do them. But now you see how those steps are set up. It's crazy. It's like you got to walk right past the dressing room. So then you got the people. I have some smart people. Like Michael Blackson's actually one. I'm glad I brought his name up early. He's very smart. He just sells 50 of them. You buy them. He knows who's getting them. He knows who's coming. He sells. And I just want to sell the tickets. I'm just ready to go and be funny. I don't have time to organize or orchestrate all that other stuff as much because I want to cater to as many audiences as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of me doing a meet and greet in the middle, I'm like, I got another 300 people who came to laugh that need me right now.
Right.
And there's no medically induced laughter other than the laughing guys. So let me be that right now. So, yeah.
So how do you think you'll be able to hear, like, if everybody has their mask on, is that going to intimidate you at all? Like, are they laughing?
I don't mind that. After I did it this time, and some people had masks, some people didn't. People laughed, they laughed. You know what it reminds me of? You remember when you go to somebody's house, you spend the night, and you've been chilling, y'all been cracking up all day about something silly. But now it's 12 o'clock at night, and your mom and them like go to bed. So now y'all in the room, and y'all still like,
right.
So it feels like that. It feels like we sneaking. Like we in a room, I'm cracking jokes, and we looking at pictures or prank calling people when it feels like that.
Okay.
So I'm having a good time just being on stage talking because it's just like this energy, like I'm talking and you're talking and I'm listening to you, so it feels like it still feels good. I can still feel the funny being reciprocated. I can still feel the energy being reciprocated, like back and forth. So yeah.
Okay. Because I know I went to it was a brewery because that's what North Carolina has everywhere, and we went and there was a band playing, and I was like, how is this going to work? And they just made sure they were like off to the corner, and there were no tables in front of them in case they were singing and spitting and carrying on. But
said that because I am a spitter.
but
and they got worse through the years. The drunk I got, the big. I don't know if my lips got big. I don't know if my mouth ain't used to the teeth being fixed on the side. I don't know, but I've been spitting more. Maybe because I'm smiling more. I've been. Somebody in the front like, damn, like I had a girl. I had a girl nachos, but she was just weird, and she was like, ooh. I was like, got that DeRay spit on it, y'all.
Oh my goodness, that's crazy. But they had like my sister, it was her birthday, so they had her come up and stand in front of them, and she was like, with her mask on, she was like, thanks for the song, but no.
It's not about this, about hearing. I can hear you back here.
Right. She went back and sat on the other side of the place.
COVID, thank you. I mean, no, thank you.
Right. So what about your other shows? Like, is Hip Hop Squares coming back? What's going on with Snowfall?
Girl, I'm unknown. We were getting ready to go back. We were going to shoot it like this. I was going to be in a studio alone with probably one producer, 1.5. Mm-hmm. All the celebs, the TIs of the world, Tamar Braxton's, they were going to, I guess, film from home. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, they were like, no. They were like, we want this on stage. Like, we love the look of what it is.
Right.
And so many shows on TV look like this now.
Right.
All interviews from The Real, great show, my friends over there, to everything. Everyone's shooting in these little boxes. Everyone's Brady bunching.
They copied me. I was doing it first.
I'm not doubting it. I'm not doubting it. I don't doubt anything now. But so it was pushed back. So I heard. But I've been in communications with Jesse Collins, who's a great boss friend. He's not, you know, we don't sit and have dinner, but he keeps it real with me 100%. And Dion, who's great. I don't know if you know her. She's a producer, and no one said like we're not coming back. Everyone's like, oh, they love the show, and we were going into season 4 anyway, so why would they not have it?
Right.
In between time, it gave me a lot of time to develop my own projects. I've created 2 game shows of my own now.
Okay.
That are being pitched and are being, I would say people look higher at mine because 1, I'm a host. 2, I've been on game shows since 2012.
Yeah.
Since Mind of a Man, I was thrown into game shows. 3, I'm funny. 4, I'm fine.
And legendary.
I'm kidding. And legendary. I like saying I'm fine just for the other comics to hear me saying on an interview. So they'd be like, he always say that. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. But I'm just developing. You know, while you wait, you work. You work mentally. You work on things, and there's no failure when you're alone.
Yes, exactly.
There's nobody, like if something doesn't feel right and you're pitching it to yourself around the people around you, there's no failure when you're alone. So I like that I'm able to, I was able to take the time because I've seen people in my mind, I believe, take things I've said on stage and place them in shows or movies and stuff.
Right.
And I said, you know what? Let me stop complaining about them stealing my stuff, and let me steal my stuff from me. Let me steal it, put it in my scripts, put it in my stuff. That way, when it comes out, it's the real deal. If it ever comes out that I said something in my show that they see somebody else, they say, well, this was said there. I get to better defend it on a bigger platform saying, no,
right.
This is the comedy bit I did. This is the year it was done. And this is when, you know, so, but it's been good. I hope that the other, what's the other show? What else am I on? Snowfall. Yeah.
Snowfall.
It's been so long. Snowfall, I believe. Damson is back out here circling because he texted me the day before yesterday and said he was at Kevin Hart is doing like building stand-up. He's doing like pop-up stand-ups. Okay. And he was like, I'm out. And I was like, what you doing out here? You know, because he lives in London. Damson Idris is our lead of our show. So if he's back, that means things are bubbling at least.
Yeah.
And he can't tell me, yo, DeRay, you're going to be in the next script because that's not his job for him to do. But,
right.
So hopefully Snowfall comes back because my last scenes were pretty intense. I'm like letting that thing off. Pop, 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 pop.
And of course, are we going to get any more barbershop movies? I mean, my dad constantly is talking about barbershop.
No, because you didn't put me in the last one. I was kind of mad about that. I played it off like I wasn't mad. I joked about it like I wasn't mad, but I was mad. I was mad. I was like, come on, man. And it's written by Kenya Barris, who knows me well, who I communicate with, who has dabbled in the mind of DeRay before. Right. With the things, you know, he's blackish and black as fuck, which is, sorry.
No, it's fine. You can cuss on here.
Black as F, which is doing good on, you know, Netflix. And I thought he'd have threw me in barbershop, but he didn't. It's okay. And I always say that they just don't want no real niggas on TV. John Singleton had me in it because he like real niggas. People don't like I am, although everything's pro-black, but I'm black.
Right.
Get it? Like, I know things are pro-black, but it's pro-black. Oh, I went to college and I'm going to go outside marching between my classes pro-black. No, I'm in the street, was gang banging, was drug dealing, did all the crazy shit. So I think when I got here at that time of Hollywood, when it was cool, it was like, oh, we doing those kind of movies. It was to set it off, to this and that. I came at the end of those, but I was able to adapt, and that's why I continued my career in other movies. You see me in the 21 Jump Street, stuff like that. But I think nigga, forget I'm a nigga. So when I see people playing those roles, I'll be like, yo, that ain't for them. That's for me.
Right.
But I like that things are opening up more. Like they're saying, even like the trans people like a trans person should play a trans person, a gay person play a gay person, a black person you've seen on what's that? The cartoon. He was like, I'm no longer going to play voice Cleveland.
Oh yeah.
Black character. So I think a hood nigga should play a hood nigga.
Right, exactly.
So I should get my roles. You know what I'm saying? That's coming. Light skin should play light skin. No, I'm kidding.
So I loved like the your Netflix special. I think when was that? 2017.
Yeah, How to Act Black.
Yeah. So I wanted to know if you could give me 3 tips on how to act black during this pandemic.
Oh wow. It's hard now. My mind hasn't been floating in that way, but I'll say that first of all, How to Act Black was because there's no real way to act black. There's no real way to act black, but we know when someone's acting black. if that makes sense.
It makes
like,
total sense.
like if you tell to me you acting black, it's racist, but I know what the fuck you mean.
Right.
I know what you mean. If I show up to your house with, you know what I'm saying, just the stuff to go. If I show up with Tupperware, aluminum foil, no A on that, aluminum foil.
Right.
Acting black, that's what we do. No white is not, you know, when you see a white girl get attitude, like, yes, you grew up around black people. I'm not saying that it's not, I'm not saying that it's not who you are, but where it was learned at. And people would say, well, what is acting white? I'm like, you know who acting white is? You'll get in trouble with your mom and her answering the phone saying, I'm sorry, her voice on the phone, talking to her people, we felt like she's acting white. And it's not a, or you're like, or attitude, like, where's my food? Like, we know what the stereotypes are.
Right.
Even though we can't rejoice in them, they do give us the character and personality that we distribute to the world now, which is it's cool, it's dope. People are like, oh, I want to act like that. I want to have that swag. I want to feel like that. You know what I mean? But now during the pandemic, I don't think nobody acting no color. I think everybody acting broke. I think the shock was so hard. It's like like during an earthquake, you know, you get different reactions from different people. Like, I'm gonna sound different. Like, right. Me gonna be like, the fuck going on? But end of the day, the inside, the actual thing to make you act that way is not happening as much. I think we all saving a little more. So I don't know what that's acting like now without offending anybody.
Right.
I think what it did do is it brought out the real feelings of a lot of people this whole year, whether it be racist, whether it be the people you never thought would be an ally, becoming an ally.
Yeah.
Never thought I'd see so many white people standing up for black people, which is why I tried my best not to knock the other people who are the black people just coming out of nowhere, like, oh, I'm gonna be black power now. Because I like, if it what we said earlier, if it takes this to get that out of you, I appreciate it. If it takes Kanye to be a psychopath to get people to listen to Jesus music when they think he's wigging out, I'm with it. Because at the end of the day, the word that he's delivering is the important part. Forget if he's saying Harriet Tubman, and I get it. He's a powerful person who you don't want teaching your kids misinformation. I'm not missing that. But there's certain uncles around me I wouldn't let my kids talk to. But I will let them try his ribs. Okay. I would let them listen to him play the saxophone. Right. But what he's saying there just sounds crazy. But let the man talk. He want to talk crazy, talk crazy. You got to explain that to your children one day, but not to mine, because when I say that's crazy. But his songs, masterpieces, smashes, all of them. When he lost his mind, the world say, he delivered the best music. So I'll say I love that this time, rather than acting black, it definitely made us act ourselves and show exactly who we are. I love the racism part. You have no idea. We've not been so entertained by the Karens in years. Right. And now sometimes I think the Karens was pushed, but we know what buttons to put. I know some black people pushing them buttons. They know it would piss a white woman off. Parking in the spot, cutting across that last little piece of grass on they. We know, but we want to get that out of them now. So I love that it's happening. As long as it's nonviolent, if you have a Confederate flag hanging from your house, that's your house. You get what I'm saying? Right. You have to deal with the consequences of it, but that's your house. Yeah, you have to deal with the people that it might trigger something to throw something at your house, but that is your home. Right. We're able to take responsibility for our own racist acts, our own. The platform is out, and they thought they were protected, but they weren't. They thought, hey, I'm gonna act this way. I'm gonna act racist. Yeah. How to act racist, and thinking nothing gonna happen. I've never seen so many people get knocked out on the internet. and it brings a little joy. You don't want nobody to get hurt. Like, if they get knocked out, I'll see you getting knocked out. This kind of person I am, for being racist. I'm the kind of nigga, I'll put a pillow under your head. Like the lady in the wheelchair, where was, I don't even remember where it was, where they just all like, they went off on her. Was she covered in like some kind of powder or flour or something? It understood, and the bitch go up. Right. And the bitch go up. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit playing how to act handicapped. I love it, man. But yeah, as far as how to act black, I guess that humor will come back after we get back to ourselves.
I feel like one thing that we bonded over, at least on Twitter, is a lot of us had been missing going out to eat, but we all were like, you know what? There's some like spaghetti in the kitchen. You can make some spaghetti, and that's it.
I've become a chef in here. I think everybody became a chef or a DJ.
Right.
Playing music. Everybody's live is their favorite music. My good friend Dion Cole, he started DJing. His Sunday's crazy. But yeah, definitely some cooking, motherfucker. Definitely became, and now that it seemed like it's easing up, you got all this damn food. So now I gotta cook.
Right.
I don't want to stuff with stuff that may go bad or whatever. I'll tell you another thing that changed though. Expiration dates on stuff have been moved up crazy because back when I was growing up, meat lasted because it wasn't all pumped with stuff. Now some bacon being there 2 days, you like, what's going on with bacon? So it made you start thinking like, this is what's been going on in my stomach, huh? That's what's been wrong. But I pay better attention to it. I started drinking oat milk. I ain't never drank no damn oat milk.
I started eating the oat milk yogurt, and I was like, "What?
Almond milk? Is it good?"
It is actually.
I'm gonna try because I don't like yogurt, but I don't like to. But I would eat oat. Now they got chocolate oat milk. It's real good.
Look at us changing recipes.
Oatly's really good. Oatly milk is really good. This guy's got to shake it up like Similac, but so good. Shaking, trying to shake quiet so nobody know I'm sneaking a big snack. Whatever.
So obviously we've been all watching like all the verses. Is there any verses that you want to see? Or which one's been your favorite so far?
That's hard too, man. All of them are fun and entertaining. Like booth by booth, side by side. I love them, man. But I would have, I don't know, man. It's just a lot. I would love to see Jay perform. I would love to see Jay versus Beyonce.
That'd be a good one.
That'd be pretty fun, man. That'd be a crazy day. That would be a wild day if they did.
That would break the internet for sure.
Be the biggest verses ever. But no, they've all been pretty good. I wish some of the early ones I think should be redone because I'm a real big Guy fan. So I thought Teddy Riley's, although I laughed at him and I laughed with the world, which is.
So since I only had a couple more questions because it may be the Zoom is kicking me out because I only set a specific time limit on the interview. But what is the best advice that you have ever received?
That's hard, man, because you know what we do as I don't know how your library works in your mind, but there's no such thing, I believe, as the best advice you can ever receive. There's things that stick in your head. It could be emotional, like your grandparent could have said something to you, and it's just emotional what they said to you. It can have nothing to do with something you're going to be challenged with at all one day or be super happy about one day. But I believe I pull from things I've heard as moments happen. Mm-hmm. As obstacles happen or some happen, I'll be like, somebody said this, you know?
Yeah.
Or oh man, you know what this reminds me of somebody said to me. But advice is not something I lean into. I just learn as I go. There's no one thing that's happening that I could think of right now that I would be able to tell you. But if I see you doing something, I say, hey, don't cross the bridge, don't burn the bridge, don't whatever. And I pull from that, you know, whatever that was. And some of it, I don't even remember the origins of them, but I know that I apply them to the life when it's happening. Like,
okay,
why would I need, like right now I was about to tell you an advice for this situation. Like why would I need an airbag if I'm not, you know, getting in an accident? But something I always say to people about any chance that they're taking anything that they feel like they're taking a risk on. I always tell people, you buy car insurance all the time. Mm-hmm.